My wife and I have had this conversation. I'm not getting any younger. I'm done second guessing myself. I'm gonna do this as long as I can, and I'm gonna have fun doing it. There's nothing in the world like getting in one of these race cars and driving them. I don't care if it's a street stock, it's a tour mod, an SK, a late model, I don't care. There's nothing like driving a race car. I tell everybody the same thing, follow your heart. If you want to do it, find a way to do it. Don't sit back and say, oh, I can't do that. If you want to try it, do it. I'm Les Rose Jr., owner of Les Rose Jr. Racing. I was brought up at racetracks. I've been racing all my life. Been around racing all my life. I didn't get to start racing until '89 when I was 21 and decided to go buy my first race car and show up at the house with it. It almost seems like there's actually a lot more bumping to pass now instead of clean passing like it used to be. I just love racing. It's just part of me, it's part of who I am. I don't know anything else.
If you didn't grow up around this style of racing, you don't know how much time and effort it takes and what the love for it does. My name's Cody Rose. I've been racing for 3 years now. The stories my dad always told me growing up is he wasn't allowed to until he could come home with his own. So that's kind of what I did. The opportunity came last year. I was just supposed to buy a trailer and ended up buying everything. So I came home with a car and now here we are with it cut up behind me and rebuilding it from start to finish.
Most of these cars are homemade. There hasn't been a factory built car for these in probably 20 years.
Now's my chance, and now I get to build a Pro4, race go-karts the last 2 years. Now we're in the middle of building a Pro4 to run for the 2020 season. We're down here 6-7 nights a week. I'm getting yelled at by my dad, my friends to go home, go do something else. Like, you gotta take a break every once in a while, but with the two cars that we're running, my dad's car and mine, there's always something to do.
Just so you know, your rivet gun's a piece of shit.
The other one told me to buy it. Yeah, they're all a half-inch over from the edge.
I mean, my dad's taught me, not even just under here, he's taught me everything.
There's a lot of skill involved in racing. I mean, the car setup, especially in the tri-track, it's so important. Everything's got to be spot on. So this year we got 6 tri-track races, and they take your best 5 for your points at the end of the year. We're going to try and run for the points, hoping for somewhere in the top 10, hopefully even top 5. I know the car is capable of it. I know it is, and I know I'm capable of doing it. It's just a matter of just making everything work, making everything click, and just everything, getting some luck for a change. We haven't had any luck. Past, 4 years back racing, we haven't had any luck at all.
Yeah, his car at the end of the day, I mean, is number one. Even though he's got 6 races planned this year, at minimum. If we can do more, great. If we got to do less, that's what it is, because at the end of the day, it all comes down to funding. We're not going to burden ourselves, but his car is number one. I have 14 rounds with my car. His car comes first. If his car is broken and we get to go to mine, great. If his car is great and good to go, we're going to his, not mine. That's not just because that's how he wants it, that's how I want it. I want him to drive the car, have fun, and I know there's a lot more behind his car than we've seen so far. So we're hoping in 2020 we cross our fingers, we have good luck, and we can prove to everyone that his car can actually go, and it's just been bad luck the past couple of years, and now the car is brand new.
There's a lot of races where we go to and it's like, we got to be real careful today because we don't have much money, and we only bought 5 tires today instead of 9. I got to save my tires. I can't wreck the car because we don't have to make them. We don't have the money to fix the car for the next race, and I don't like that feeling. And last year was supposed to be our year that we didn't have that feeling. We had enough money to run the whole season and buy tires for every race, and little incidentals if something happened, but we weren't expecting to break an engine. When you break an engine in one of these, it's not cheap.
Rebuilt the entire car all winter, start to finish new, and go out for practice. Did 75 laps to 100 laps that day of practice and broke a rod bolt. I mean, at the end of the day, that's $15,000 to do a motor, just from one little bolt. That's racing.
We went out 47 laps. 47 laps constant, no stop, and the car didn't fall off a tenth of a second. And at that point I knew we were all set. We're gonna have something good, come that Saturday. And this was Wednesday, we were racing Saturday. So I knew we really had something good to work with, then it broke. And like Cody said, one, $1.50 connecting rod bolt cost us, like $13,000 to fix.
That's racing line. I mean, when he came in with the broken rod bolt and I saw all the oil pouring on the ground, I started throwing tools. I was pissed because that's our season. I mean, that was our entire budget for the year. We were planning on running 6 to 10 races that year with the budget we currently had, but just one little bolt like that throughout our whole season.
Everybody around me, including my wife was, my wife literally, she was crying. She's like so upset. She's like, how can you be so calm? I'm like, it's a race car. It broke. We'll fix it. She just couldn't understand how I could be so calm when we'd have a bad day. I'm like, I don't care. I had a good day. I had fun today. Yeah, we had some bad luck, so it's just, shit happens, whatever. I don't care. At the end of the day, I still get to drive a modified. I'm doing what I love. I am driving a modified. I don't care.
It's more fun being a family-run team. Yeah, it'd be nice to have guys that come down and work on the car, so I can sit at home and play video games or hang out with my dog. That would be nice, but at the end of the day, it's probably not going to happen for us ever. This is what it is. This is what it's always been. It's the family team.
Yeah. We can all come down here. We can have fun. We order some pizza, get some soda, work on the car. Anybody's allowed down here to come hang out with us. We crack jokes, throw stuff at each other, laugh, fun, get mad, yell at each other. It's family. It's the way it is. What are you taking that off for?
Piss you off?
There's a lot of things that'll come out of this, but I'm hoping it brings light to understand what the small family team runs, how much effort we're putting into it, not just we're crazy people that just like to spend a lot of time in our garage.
If I win a race this year, I literally could never race again and be happy. But I'll still race. I know I will. I'll race until I can't no more. But that's the ultimate thing is to win a race in a full-size modified. And I've never done it. I want to do it. I just want to do it once. I've won in everything I've ever driven. Every division, the dirt cars, the pro stocks, the super late models, the Pro4. I've won races. I've won championships. I have never won a race in a full-size open wheel modified. Whether it be an SK or the tour type car behind us, I've never won a race. It ain't a lack of effort on our part that we don't win races. That's definitely not, it's just we need some luck, we need some help. We might go underfunded, but if we can do something ourselves, we do it. It's not a lack of effort. The cars don't sit in the trailer and get unloaded at the next race. The car gets unloaded after every race, gets nut bolted, cleaned.
Even if you have a perfect week with the car, you're still down here 4 nights that week, minimum, if you have a perfect weekend.
My wife Robin comes down, cleans the car from one end to the other, putty knife under there, scraping the rubber out of it, because you'll take 5 pounds of rubber out of one of those cars after a race. It just builds up on them. It's crazy.
I'm going into the season with high hopes for myself, my dad, and everyone else has high hopes.
I really think that, that the average guy can still do this if they really want to. I really think that, I want people to see that there's, low budget, underfunded, family-run teams that's trying to have fun, still doing this. It's not just big teams doing it anymore. We're still doing it.
Yeah, I've gone wheel to wheel in karts. Haven't really gone wheel to wheel in a full-size car yet.
If he wrecks it, he wrecks it. We'll fix it. I wrecked my share of cars. I'm sure he's gonna be bending stuff, so we have to make spares.
You have to be within 1 inch left or right of center. Right now it's like 1.5 inches.
Without changing clips and changing foot boxes and stuff, and changing the rear end, I ain't gonna be able to fix it.